Of the 21 bedrooms in Sewerby Hall, 12 were on the first floor for use by the family and their guests, and it is likely that Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Greame used the front room of the west wing as the master bedroom, as it was the only one with an attached dressing room. A wealthy Edwardian lady like Dora Lloyd Greame would be expected to change several times over the course of the day. There were morning, afternoon and evening gowns. There would be costumes for dining at home and costumes for dining out, and a raft of costumes for every imaginable occasion. And every costume had its accessories. There would be gloves, hats, handkerchiefs, bags, coats, umbrellas and parasols, not to mention jewellery. To assist her in the daily task of dressing and changing, Mrs. Lloyd Greame would have employed a lady's maid. The lady's maid was considered to be one of the most senior of the servants. She was employed directly by the lady of the house, and as such was not under the management of the housekeeper. Her duties mixed those of a personal assistant, dressmaker and hairdresser. Her day would begin by bringing her mistress a cup of tea in bed and setting out her clothes for the morning. She would help her to dress and undress, fashion her hair and maintain her wardrobe in good order, cleaning and repairing her dresses. She was also responsible for ensuring her mistress's room was tidy, either cleaning it herself or supervising the housemaids who did it. Dora Lloyd Greame's lady's maid is an enigmatic figure. Her name was Caroline Seiler, and she probably began to work for Dora in the mid-1880s. Caroline is recorded as living and working with the family in both the 1891 and 1901 censuses. She is described as a naturalised British subject, though originally French, from Alsace, where she was born in about 1856 or 1857. But all is not as it seems with Caroline. Despite the Lloyd Greames' belief she was a British subject, there is no record in the National Archives that Caroline ever became a naturalised citizen. Indeed, there are very few records about her at all. She can be found in the 1881 census in Marlborough, Wiltshire, where she was working as a lady's maid for the wife of a local magistrate and captain in the Wiltshire Yeomanry. At that time, however, she claimed to be born in 1849 to 50, making her some 7 or 8 years older than Dora Lloyd Greame believed her to be. There is no sign of Caroline in any earlier census. However, 10 years earlier in the 1871 census, in the village of Pursuit, just 10 miles from Marlborough, there is a more Germanic-sounding Caroline Speiser, also born in Alsace in 1849 to 50, working as a governess in Mayfield Villa Girls' School. Germans were considered the best governesses, whilst the French were considered to make the best ladies' maids. Since the defeat of France in the Franco-Prussian War, Alsace had been under German occupation, and it would have been quite easy for Caroline to take on a German identity, to work in the school and then revert back to a French one to become a lady's maid. There is only circumstantial evidence that they were the same person, but Caroline Speiser appears in no other census. From the little evidence we have, Caroline appears to have been a woman whose age and nationality was something of a conveniently movable feast. Nevertheless, she must have been good at her job to have stayed with the Lloyd Greames for so long. We don't know exactly when Caroline left them, or where she went afterwards, but her last appearance in the census is in 1911, as a visitor in a lodging house in London. No longer a lady's maid, but living on her own means, she is described as a French national from Alsace, and claims to be a full 20 years younger than she was in 1881.